Hi, Assalamualaikum and a very good day. I bid to Dr. Hafiz Ali, our lecturer for subject MGT269, Business Communication. Today we are going to present our research report, which is Unemployment Crisis in Malaysia. Our group consists of 4 persons, which is me, Muhammad Syarif bin Azli, Syafiqul Adli bin Safaruddin, Muhammad Zakwan Akmal bin Zaidi, and Amri Aiman bin Muhammad Rozi. The objective of our research is to review the disadvantages and negative side of unemployment, to determine how many people are aware and well prepared for the working world, to discover how long-term unemployment can cause someone to become an introvert, to recommend ways on how to overcome and reduce the unemployment rate in Malaysia, and lastly is to comprehend the possibilities to which unemployment may have an impact on people's mental well-being. Alright. Unemployment has been one of the persistent problems being faced by all nations around the world. Some people are treating and describing unemployment as a disease that spread widely across the globe. A philosopher named Mokokoma Mokonona once said that if heaven really exists, then heaven is the job, hell is unemployment, while life is merely an interview. Unemployment can be described as a condition of one who is capable of working, active in seeking job opportunities, but are unable to get any work. According to today's economists around the world, current unemployment are being caused by three main types of unemployment, which are frictional, structural, and cyclical. And for your information, there are 5 types of unemployment, which are frictional, cyclical, structural, technological, and seasonal unemployment. Alright, next is scope of the research. The scope of the study targeted 40 people, especially youth in Selangor and Negeri Sembilan as respondent. For our assessment, we have decided to use a hybrid approach which consists of collecting primary data and secondary data. By using the hybrid approach, it enables us to speed up the process of completing our research report of the unemployment crisis mainly in Malaysia. Firstly, it is called primary data. Primary data refers to the information being gathered by researchers themselves. The questionnaire are given randomly to 40 people with different backgrounds and criteria all around the country. Next is secondary data. In a limited time given for us to finish our research, secondary data allow us to speed up the process of collecting data. It enables us to consume less cost, time, and effort to carry out the task. For our secondary data, we have conducted an online search to find related information and findings. For external sources, we have located a legit sources, which are articles and websites that gather needed information.
Moving on to the limitation, there are several limitations of the study which we have identified in order to complete the research. Due to the ever-changing current situation, precaution steps have been taken to avoid these factors from affecting the result of the research. One of the limitations to preparing the report that we can conclude is difficulty to communicate between group members. This happened because all of our group members went back home to celebrate the upcoming Aidilfitri. It's kind of harder to discuss the assignment online compared to discuss it face to face. The next one is difficulty obtaining feedback. Most of the people don't want to answer the questionnaire because they think it's a waste of time. Also, some respondents don't take our survey seriously. We receive some weird and childish answers. The third one is internet connection. Of course, if we're gonna discuss this online, we're gonna have a good Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, one of the group members doesn't have a Wi-Fi, therefore the work got delayed and exceed our original plan time. And the last one is lack of time. Lack of time was the main problem because we had a lot of assessment from other subjects, quiz and tests. We also have to rush things more because some of the members are already at their village for Aidilfitri preparation. We had to manage our time well and steal our time, especially our free time and weekend, to complete this report on time to be submitted.
Okay, the first question of section B is it hard to get a job nowadays? Majority of our respondents are agreed that many people are struggling to get a job nowadays. The second question is opinion of the respondents about competition from foreign workers. If you can see to the chart, 50% of our respondents are believe that unemployment is mostly due to competition from foreign workers. The next question is about opinion of the respondents about world of working people. Um, in the chat, it shows that 37.5% choose maybe for the answer. Is it because I think they don't well prepared to face the world of working people? Next question is about opinion of our respondents about how many times they go to an interview session in a year. If you can see from the chart, 67.5% of our respondents choose one for their answer, while 22.5% of our respondents choose 2 or 3 times interview session in a year, and while 10% of our respondents choose more than 3 times interview session in a year. Okay, next question. We want to our respondent determine their corporate speaking skills. If you can see from the chart bar, 23 or 62.5% of our respondents have average speaking skill.
Now let's move on to questionnaire part 2. The question is, what language is preferred during the interview? Based on the pie chart in the slide, majority of the respondents prefer English as language during the interview session. Next question is how the interviewer's attitude. Based on the pie chart, majority of the respondents choose hard to describe. This indicates that they doubtful their answer, whether they want to choose friendly or unfriendly. The third question is, does the minimum salary in Malaysia is too small? So this is bar chart and it has a scale 1 to 5. 1 refer to strongly disagree, and 2 refer to disagree, 3 neutral, 4 agree, and 5 strongly agree. So majority of them voted number 5, scale number 5, which is strongly agree that the minimum salary in Malaysia is too small. The last question in questionnaire part 2 is, does job hunting failures depress them? So based on this pie chart, we can look that majority of the respondents choose yes, it will depress them. So it suggests that the majority of the respondents would experience depression as a result of unsuccessful job hunting.
Moving on to section C, suggestion to overcome unemployment crisis. The first question is, do you think that only the government should put an effort to overcome this problem? Most of the respondents agree that the government should put an effort to stop the unemployment issue. The second one is, do you think the educational institutions should create a subject that can help students prepare for the world of work? Almost all of the 40 respondents agree that educational institutions should create more subjects that focus more on the preparation for the field of employment. The teachers should help students catch up on how the real world conduct. And the third question, do you agree that people should immigrate to foreign countries to work? The majority of the respondents cannot decide whether it is true or not. And the last question for our survey is, do you agree that interview session should be held more flexible? It shows that the majority of the respondents agree that interview session should be held more flexible.
Now let's talk about the conclusion. What we have concluded after we sent out the questionnaire to the respondents and after we have learned about the unemployment crisis in Malaysia. So most of the people we survey are from various ages, genders, and occupations believe that the issue of unemployment is currently present in Malaysia. So, however, most of the citizens of Malaysia is oblivious to the fact that the result of unemployment are not caused only by the government but the citizen of Malaysia as well, or we can say Malaysian people. Besides the company side requirement and demand for their employees, the graduates and the unemployed people have equally high expectation too for their jobs in terms of salary and benefits of the companies. Hence, a great deal of people would rather further their study uh, than settle for the lower salaries job. Graduates must eliminate the misconception uh, that the higher the academic qualification, the higher their gap, the higher their salary they got in the future. So no, uh, because it is very incorrect and false belief to me and to us. The government should further reinforce and strengthen the efforts of eradicating the issue. Additionally, many find the government endeavor on eradicating the issue employment is lacking. And in order to regain citizen faith and confidence in the government, firm and stable plans should be executed by the government, such as employee subsidies and reducing the taxes.
Lastly is recommendation. We have 4 recommendations for this crisis. The first one is the government of Malaysia should revise and update the policies regarding employment. Secondly, the education institution in Malaysia should focusing more on developing the youth skill in the field of employment. Thirdly, the political status of Malaysia must be ensured to be stable to avoid losing the foreign investors. The lastly is the government should advise the company in Malaysia to choose the labour force from Malaysia first-handedly before trying to employ foreign workers. That's all for us. Thank you.